Welcome to 3-Minute Friday by ArcticStartup. My name is Dmitry Sarle, and first I want to ask you to send us more news, to tell us about your startup, because this is for the community by the community. And now let's get to the news. First up are students from Finland, and they're pretty awesome because they are able to do really cool things like starting Slush as a conference, or now they're starting a VC fund run completely by students. They raised 1.2 million to help companies in an extremely early stage. And that is really cool because a lot of companies who are just starting out really can't get a hold of, the 5-10K that they really need to start their business. At the same time, I do have some concerns about a student-run VC firm. First of all, how good are they at picking the best companies? And second of all, what happens if they're on board on the cap table and another investor wants to come in and actually invest? How will they see if a student is on the board of that company? So they gotta fix a few things and figure out how to deal with that in the future. And I think if they do, they have a really good chance of really shaking up their things because they have access to talent from the very early stage where investors don't normally go. Next up is a company called Armada Interactive, and it's a gaming company that has released absolutely no games, but that has raised $13 million up to date. Also, Samali, you owe me a beer because you know why. But this is a really cool company, I believe, just because of the pure talent that they have in them. And that is why I think Index and others have invested big amounts of money into the company. At the same time, I'm always skeptical about companies that are putting all their money on one game or one concept. But I like esports and I like PvP, so they're combining the two in some sort of a game, and I hope that it's going to be a big success. Gaming seems to be an important part of this episode because Next Games from Finland is going to IPO. Unfortunately, not as big as of an IPO as you might think. They're going to do it in the Helsinki Börs. But I think it's a really good idea for startups to be open to different types of funding and exit opportunities. And this is a showcase of how you can exit differently from most. Final news from Finland is Space Nations. We mentioned them a few episodes back. They were the guys trying to make a space game and send somebody to actual space. They were raising a crowdfunding campaign. Now it's over, and they raised a total of $3.4 million in their crowdfunding campaign, making it a success. From now on, if you're interested in space news, we actually started our own space media called vspace.news. So check them out, sign up, and tell us what you think about space in general. Moving on to Sweden acquisition, Cloudcom got acquired by OMMH Scandinavia. And these guys basically help you to send SMS directly from an Excel sheet or Google sheet, which makes it really easy to reach out to customers or clients. Gaming Corps from Sweden raised 9.5 million euros for a very interesting concept, which is to buy more gaming companies. So if you have a gaming company and you want to sell it, these guys got the money and they're looking for nice, interesting indie game studios to buy. Finally, we're getting ready for Arctic 15, which is our main event. Everything is ramping up. We already have loads of investors coming up. We released a 360 video tour about the event, so come to our website, check it out. Thank you for this episode. Thank you, Evely, for supporting it. They're awesome. If anybody has any exits at any time, go to Evely and give them all your money. They'll take care of you and make you have a lot of return on investment. Thank you, and ta-ta.